as Christians tried to make sense of who Jesus was and what his life and death and resurrection meant, the idea that Jesus was simultaneously God and human was a real challenge for people to make sense of. We could argue that this is because the word for fully human and fully divine in Greek is homoousios, and that's just a really difficult word to say. Do you want to try it? Homoousios. It's kind of fun, isn't it? Like, it makes all the mouth muscles tingle. But it's more than just fun mouth feeling. It's the word that says that Jesus, the human, was the same substance as Jesus, who was God. And the guys in this picture are some of the early church fathers like Gregory of Nazianzus and Gregory of Nyssa and Irenaeus and Tertullian, who wrote during this time period with arguments against the people who wanted to squirm their way out of the discomfort that Jesus was both fully God and fully human. And we can't know for sure how truthfully they painted their opponents, because, how many of us, when we are writing to argue against someone, are always perfectly clear on how we understand what they've said? Okay, that's a thing. But we do still have their explanations for what they thought the arguments were. And so that means we know that writers like Marcion and Apelles and Valentinius were okay with the idea that Jesus was God in visible form, but they were really, really uncomfortable with the idea of God actually factually becoming a real flesh and blood human. So they came up with lots of alternatives to try to explain what had happened, right? Like, maybe Jesus was only fully God, but had zipped himself into a human suit like they do on The Good Place. That's a thing. That's a thing. I think they actually might have gotten that idea from the ancient writers. Maybe Jesus only looked like a human on the outside. Some of them went so far, they were so worried about the immaterial godness touching the material humanness that they thought that Jesus sort of like hoverboarded through the world. His feet never touched the ground.